Hey everybody, welcome back to Ask Lex Rx. I am Dr. Lexi, the functional medicine pharmacist at River City Pharmacy in Decatur, Alabama. And it's Mental Health Month here at River City Pharmacy. And we definitely decided to highlight this month in particular because it's been a year since we shut down due to COVID. And we just wanted to check in with you guys and see how you're doing mental health wise. So, a lot has gone on in the past year, and we want to make sure that we're keeping our mental health healthy and being able to stay resilient and handle whatever life throws our way. So, today I wanted to do a little highlight on anxiety, and this is actually going to be two parts. So, hey Doug, this is going to be part one. Next week is going to be part two. So today I'm going to go over some go-tos to help mitigate anxiety, like real time, like what you can do if you're starting to feel anxious, or maybe you feel anxious all the time. What can you do today to start helping that and actually feel a difference? And then next week, I'm going to go over some ways that we can rebalance your life and see what may have been actually contributing or causing that anxiety. So we're going to go over both the baseline and acute, if you will, not treatment of symptoms, but mitigation of your symptoms. So today we're going over what you can do now. So to get started, anxiety can result from a lot of different things that I don't have time to dive into today, but basically there is an imbalance in your stress hormones, hey Maddie, or your neurotransmitters that might be keeping you in that fight or flight mode. So what you can do to help mitigate that while you're working on that baseline that we'll be talking about next week are mainly supplements. And I'm going to go over my go-tos, my top recommendations for that. But before I go into that, there are a couple of manual things that you can do. I have several patients and family members who deal with anxiety on a pretty heavy level. And a lot of what they do or they say that helps is like hugging a pillow or something. So that pressure on your chest and your abdomen actually activates your vagus nerve, which helps move you from that fight or flight mode into the rest and digest mode and helps calm your anxiety a little bit. So one way you can simulate that in public, say if you don't have a pillow handy and you don't just want to go hugging strangers, especially with COVID still, what you can do is have your hand placed right over your collarbones and just press down. It's still, it kind of mimics that hugging a pillow sensation that helps activate your vagus nerve and calm you down. Another thing, you can hug a backpack if you're in school. You can, there's multiple ways to do that, but that is one of my top recommendations. I have several patients who really like that. So give that a try. And then let's dive into the supplements real fast, because I don't want to keep you guys here forever and ever. So overall, just a good general supplement is called the relaxation formula. It's a different blend of different herbal combinations, but this one, the ones I really like in it are chamomile, lemon balm, and passion flower. Now, those you can actually all make into a tea, and that's why they're usually suggested you drink in the afternoon or in the evening, because it helps relax you and help mitigate anxiety. So that's what I really like that formula in particular, just as like a baseline to help move you from very anxious towards that restful stage. Another great one is called ashwagandha. Getting off screen there. Ashwagandha, or ash for short. So that is an adaptogenic herb that helps your body kind of alter its cortisol levels, which is your stress hormones. So if you wake up and you don't have enough cortisol, you're going to be so tired in the morning. You're going to have zero energy. That can help raise your cortisol. But on the flip side, especially at night, we have a lot of people who have too much cortisol at night. They can't sleep and their mind's just racing all the time. That may be when your anxiety takes hold. The ashwagandha can help bring down your cortisol levels and start to, again, move you towards that restful stage. Okay, now, for very symptomatic, I get it at a specific time of day or whatnot, L-theanine, there we go. L-theanine is one of my favorites. It is an amino acid that is very calming, and you will actually feel the effects of that within about 30 minutes. So I recommend my patients take that 3 to 4 times a day. You can safely take more than that, but we usually start there just to see if we can help bring down their anxiety during the day any. So that is one of my go-tos, and it's super cheap. I love it. Now, if that doesn't do it for you, or especially if you have a very long-standing history of anxiety or you've taken medication for your anxiety before, you tend to have a depletion or lower levels of a neurotransmitter called GABA. And that is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that helps you get out of that fight or flight stage and into the rest and digest stage. And you can actually take GABA and help replenish those stores in your body. So that is also one that you can take regularly or as needed. But those are my 4 go-tos. Past that, I highly, highly recommend getting your cortisol panel done. You just spit in a tube, you send it off to a lab, and it shows you what exactly your cortisol is doing. So then you can move into customizing what you're taking and how you try and mitigate your lifestyle to exactly what your body is doing. And that's where things like the adrenal health, glandular, and AdreBoost and G come into play. Those I only recommend once we have a cortisol panel. So that was a lot of information today. I hope it helped with a little bit of, what you can do. Like right now, I can go get L-theanine or whatever, and then we can talk next week about what you can do to start changing your landscape of how you respond to stress and hopefully get your body out of that fight or flight mode, always anxious mode, and into actually being able to process stress better, and so you won't actually get to the anxious stage. So I will see you guys next week. We're super busy if you can't tell, and let me know if you have questions, and have a wonderful week, guys. Bye.